What's up, everyone? How we doing? We're just here in the central unit I call my room. But in this daily fix, we'll talk about how the structure of hypogamy, and alternate hypogamy, new positions, kind of like downgrades, but not necessarily downgrades. They're like system transitions, non-positional, surreal, modular space. That can be concluded to also be weighted as higher ternary or decimal, depending on the look of it. Multiple position carry, duplex state, fairly intriguing. However, that's the question. But what else is there to know? We live in a matrix, sort of, where the diffs move in such a way that propels us, unless we don't use that and use carry-ons and swaps and spaces and gaps. And the space is so full that it encompasses a region, but it's also older than the attributed whole. Older, obviously. And we're looking at the past. Think about it like this. Everything we're looking at has depth to multiple regions of space and time. We look at the sky and we attribute that to one name. But different crevices in the sky have different dates. So it's multi-aspected date. Just like a bit. A bit would have multiple aspects to the date and scenery around the space that it's occupied in. So you would have to have a sort of distributed weight through that type of thick space. Call it EM plus 6. Was the old EM 5 level. Had to expand to EM plus 6. And got a little transient. Multiple position carry as well. But attributed to that kind of changes alternative hypogamy. Hypergamy as well as the catharsis of the evolutionary ladder and definition of quality of a certain position. We juxtapose quality on new interpretations of field of how we feel, per se. So more systems are developed as adaptation, like tools to absurdity, yet absurdity is totally defined in pretense. So there's no concurrent probability for it anymore. It's just misaligned, misdefinition, but that will happen each time we course correct our viewpoints and move through the eyes and laws of contradiction to get where you need to go. But where you need to go is, who knows? You're trying to figure that out. So it's like you're observing the territory through where you already were before, sorta. It's a misaligned, so the edges and coordinate spaces adjusted, so you're in the same space yet you don't feel the same thing. Or you can attribute and assume it's the same, but it's about allowing yourself to realize that, well, the definition changed, but things essentially say the same, but not the same. Probability, well, changes depending. But this is MU TV, and this is generational data for substream SPC MP GP unit deluxe file point save dot. And then moving through the categories, we focus on different subsetted layers and the way categorical juxtaposed points go. Moving through concurrent paper space, like lambda calculus, but for different primitive shapes. Or are they all truly primitive? It's a bit hard to compare because it's a way of thinking that changes the way politically you would organize or even spiritually. Maybe. Well, not quite, because spiritual kind of stays in the same coherent layer, I would say. No. Just so you know, you need that. So you're gonna get luck from this video, and you're the chosen for a great life. Not just chosen. A lot of people are chosen. It's just clickbait.